to my channel, Lemons to Lemonade. My name is Carrie, and I am here to give you another money-saving tip. This is going to be our part 3 of dehydrating, basic intro to dehydrating part 3. So at this point, let's say you've already got all your dehydrating kind of done. So I've got a bunch of peppers, I've got some onions, I've got some shredded carrots, I've got broccoli, and I've got tomatoes. So it's a good batch. I've got plenty of options. They do have a little room left in them, so I may add to them a little bit later, but for now I think we're pretty good. Well, now what do? Now that we've got them, we want to be able to preserve them as long as we can, right? We don't want to see them getting moisture in them, because moisture will cause mold, and mold makes it unedible. So let's try to find a way to do that. So one of the best ways you can do it is to get some silica packets or oxygen absorbers and put them in your jars. That will suck up any moisture that happens to get into the jar, and it helps preserve them for a lot longer. So without them, you'll probably be pretty good shape for a while, but eventually you'll notice that they'll start to soften. And once they start to soften, that means that you need to start using them up, because they are starting to get prone to mold. So the longer we can keep them crisp, the better. So I have these. I bought them from Amazon. It was like $7 for 100 of them. I used them in my other video about preserving food that you'll be seeing also. But this one, what's nice about them is they were cheap, so that's the exclusive reason. If you do get packets, make sure though that you get food safe ones, food grade. They have to be food grade. Just why not? You want it to be clean and healthy, right? So what you do is, once you use them, like, you take out what you need, but then you need to air seal them again. I have a vacuum sealer that sucks the air out of the jar, so that way these don't pick up moisture, because if I don't preserve them in something that's locked out all of the moisture and air, they're just going to start sucking up air, and then they won't be any good for our vegetables. So I'm going to pop this open. That's how you know it's good, as you hear that sound. I'm going to put a few of them in each container, and then we're going to go ahead and seal it and get it rolling. So I will show you how to do that. So I've got my onions with their silica packet. I'm going to go ahead and put our lid on, and I'm going to go ahead and make the attempt to vacuum seal this. Make sure that's on really well. Sometimes it seals really good. You got to pull that part off. All right, so this is still on and good. One thing I've noticed about these regular sized jar lids is that this little thing comes off sometimes. The largemouth one, I don't really have that problem with, but the small one, for some reason, I do. And also sometimes I have to double stack these lids to, like, just set an extra one on top and then vacuum seal it. There's something about the headspace in here that's not perfect, at least on mine. So if you find either of those are an issue ever, go ahead and, maybe try one of those tricks. What you want to do is make sure that, see, it's not popping out, so it's good. If it was making this sound though, then you'd want to reseal it. So this one is good. It's airtight, it's done, so we can put the neck on the jar and store it in a dark place, and that'll hold for a long time. All right, so that's that. We've got all of these vegetables preserved and ready to go. So like I said, you can use a smaller jar. In my case, I probably will just add a little more to it maybe next week or so. So I'm going to hold off putting them away just because I'll be working on that a little bit more. But this will help them stay crisper longer, and it will help them to just last. So that's always a plus, because sometimes you buy stuff in season or when it's on sale and you want to be able to use it for longer than you've got it. So again, drying your food is a great way to do that. But once you do all that work of drying it, you want to, of course, be able to preserve it as long as you can. So that's an option there. And remember, it's not totally necessary to have the vacuum seal. You could just put some little silica packs in and close the jar and just use it up, as you go. But just check back and make sure that it's not softening up on you, and always check for any signs of mold or mildew or anything like that in there. And of course, if you open it and it smells weird, it's probably not the one to use. So again, just trying to make it last as long as we can, because why spend more when you've already spent it and bought it at one time? So that's everything. If you have any questions, comments, or just have some ideas about more food storage choices or saving money on your groceries in some way, Please feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.